All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 795. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man whose two favorite things are coming together, Fallout and Fortnite, Wombat.
I thought you were going to say chocolate and peanut butter, and I was going to say, that's not new.
You know, I was going to make like one of those old school Reese's commercial references, but it's too hard. This is much easier.
You got your Fortnite and my Fallout. You got your Fallout and my Fortnite.
I started to think about that, and then I was like, well, then I have to be involved, and it's like a whole thing.
You know what my takeaway from those commercials was from back in the day, if you recall those commercials? It was always someone walking down the street with a giant, amazing looking chocolate bar, and they would dip it into like a stranger's jar of peanut butter, and it would come out looking so much better than a Reese's peanut butter cup. Like they would hold this giant, amazing looking chocolate bar slathered in peanut butter. Are you just
understanding how commercials work now?
No, I'm saying like the product that they sold.
That's what got him into the ad game.
Didn't look as good. Yes. Didn't look as good as like the thing that they were like saying is not as good as a peanut butter cup. They're like two great tastes that could taste great together. Don't have this messy shit. Get our peanut butter cups.
I think they were just trying to show you how delicious that combo was. And I thought it was very effective because I always wanted those. I'd see those commercials and I'd be like, oh, I love that combination.
Yeah. Also, it helps that Reese's peanut butter cups are delicious.
Yes. And you know who else loves chocolate and peanut butter? Gary Bababooey Delabate.
Oh, yeah, that's where I was going with that. Yeah.
They actually took him to a chocolate factory like 2 weeks ago, and it's a very funny video on YouTube. He makes his own chocolate and peanut butter chocolate bar.
Cool.
He designs.
I made my own. I designed my own candy bar once.
Where?
Hershey. It's like a whole thing.
Oh.
Hershey Park has a whole design your own candy bar thing, and then they make you your candy bar and they put it in a special tin with your name on it.
And you have to eat it right there.
For $25.
Yeah, it's like $1 billion, but you get to take it home with you.
One chocolate bar.
And it's like this crazy ass line, and you just kind of wait on the line for you to make your own candy bar that you paid way too much for. Yeah. You
don't feel good about it. It gives you plenty of time to think about the mistakes that have been made.
I mean, you don't do it for yourself. You do it for your small children who think it's a magical experience.
Yeah. Fuck those kids.
My daughter still has her tin. She keeps the tin on a shelf in her room still. And it was like 6 years ago. So I don't know.
Magical. I think she's just a hoarder.
That might be it too. Actually, no, she has the cleanest room in the house. She is the opposite of it. She has OCD and anxiety. She is the opposite of a hoarder.
Right.
That's like her room's like a hospital room. There's like just a one folding table with a vase and a plastic flower in it, and that's it.
It's like the Sims room in the house that you ran out of money. You couldn't put any stuff in it.
Yep.
You jump the gun a little bit, and you're like, just put on this addition. That's good though. You need a clean room.
Yeah, it's her. She's the hyperallergenic room.
Nice. What's going on? Anything exciting happening?
No.
What?
Should anything exciting be
happening? I don't know.
I mean, we're 2 weeks away from the Bar Mitzvah, so that's exciting. Exciting.
Oh wow, it's coming.
We're in the final lead up. Because everyone needs to know how much I'm paying. Well, I'm not going to give numbers, but I hit the.
Wait, who needs to know how much you're paying? What are you talking about?
No, I'm teasing. I'm saying.
Did somebody ask?
No.
Okay.
But I put the money down finally for the event space. Like that was due last week, and I have the food is due next week. So I have this little bit of this 1 week where I don't have to pay anybody is right now. So I think it's because of the Memorial Day weekend. I get a little bit of a reprieve where I don't have someone going, here's your gigantic bill for one afternoon.
Right. I'm sure there's plenty of people you have to pay though, besides them on those days.
Those people, those we started so long ago that we've been doing it slowly over time, and that's all done. Nice. So all that's left at this point is the food and tipping people day of.
Do you have to read any Hebrew?
I don't. Just the boy.
Nice. You have to give any speeches? You do.
I don't know if I'm giving a speech, but the big controversy in our house is music that we're gonna walk into. Like you've been to a bar mitzvah, like the mom and dad walk into the room and they play a song, and what song to pick.
Okay.
And
but now you get your own song you and your wife come into, or the whole family comes in?
No, we're doing Elliot gets in by himself, Sabrina goes in by herself.
Okay. And then you two come out.
And then we two come. Well, I think we're coming into
Bad Boys. What you gonna do?
I wanted to come into Nazareth's Hair of the Dog, and I got yelled at.
Oh, I know what you should come into. Oh, it's not working. I don't have the software loaded. You fucking cunt. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, your sound just got all weird. Is that me or is that you?
I don't know. It's probably me.
Oh, okay.
So what was it? I'm sorry. I talked over what the actual song was.
The actual song I think that we're going to come into is Higher Love, Steve Winwood.
I don't know about that. Ships thinks it's questionable.
It's questionable. Again, you couldn't find middle ground between Hair of the Dog and
like this.
I mean,
Higher Love.
Oh, it's still not working.
Hair of the Dog is the best. That's the one. Why is my sound all weird now? Is it just me or is it?
I think it's me. I think I pushed a button and it sounds fine now, right?
It's a little maybe. I think so.
No. I pushed the button and it wasn't working right. I blame me.
That's fine.
Blame technologies.
Yeah.
All right, I guess Higher Love has to do, but why not
I mean, I'm open to suggestion. It's 2 weeks away. We have time. I could take suggestions from the audience.
Yes.
I can take suggestions from you.
Yes. Hit up Wombat on Twitter with your suggestions, or you can put them in chat and then we can get to them at some point. All right, well, that is exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to find anything better than Nazareth's Hair of the Dog, but what are you going to do?
What about like Striper?
What? No.
Yeah, a good Christian song.
Honestly,
I don't know.
Honestly, I think would be great. I believe in you. It's very uplifting. Uplifting to Jesus.
I don't
think
I love that song.
A little Creed.
No, you got to go something like classic. I mean, you guys, Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Creed's very popular right now.
Are they making a comeback?
They are. No,
really?
It's a thing. It's a thing. Yes.
And that's not new music, by the way. That is 25-year-old music.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
You get back.
I was listening to a little Katy Hudson this week. Familiar with Katy Hudson?
The actress?
No.
Oh.
No. It's Katy Perry when she was a Christian artist.
Oh.
Before she became Katy Perry.
I did not. Why were you listening to that?
It came up on my iTunes.
And you said, this sounds familiar. This Katy sounds like another
I remember
Katy.
Katy Hudson. And I'm oh, wait. Yeah. You have to remember, my Christian music library was rolling deep off of LimeWire back in the 90s.
Wait a minute. God wouldn't like that.
Yeah. You were stealing Jesus music?
You were breaking
anywhere. There was like 200 copies of this.
That sounds like an excuse. And
although I heard that Jesus downloaded one song and it turned into 10. So
that was pretty much how it was working back then.
You download, right. You think you're going to download one song and then you're downloading all the songs.
Right. But you weren't gonna like pay for all those songs anyway.
Well, who could be paying for all these free songs that you could download so quickly and easily?
He downloaded one bread song and it turned into fish songs for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that was good.
Right. You're working too hard over there.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one. Bread and fish.
What about wine? You got to work wine in there.
Well, there's a band called Bread and there's a band called Fish.
Right.
That's what makes. Never mind.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want to know more about Katy Hudson.
She was not very good.
Really?
That is some like not inspiring contemporary Christian rock.
You think she was just in it for the money and didn't really care about Jesus that much?
I don't know. I can't say what Katy Hudson was up to.
Sounds like that's what you're saying.
I don't know. I think she changed direction a little bit and sold more than 200 albums. I think is what ended up happening.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She went in the right direction.
Yeah.
She's making the right moves. Did you guys ever?
She went off and started kissing girls. She figured out that that's where the sales were at.
Yeah. I don't know how Jesus feels about that. She really ignored her roots. She sold out. That's the definition of selling out. Pretty much. What do you mean, man?
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, is what you mean to say.
Right. Like, I also like trying to be an artist named Katy Hudson. Probably.
Well, she would have had to change her name.
Right.
But, that's okay.
And Kate Hudson is now a singer.
Yeah. I mean,
she is
now
as well?
Yeah.
She thinks she is, yeah.
She was on Howard Stern promoting her album or concert or something. Tour.
See, this is the reason why I started listening to that then, because my wife is like, she was talking about Kate Hudson, and I thought she was talking about Katy Hudson, because I'm like, you've got this all wrong. Like, what? You're talking about Katy Hudson.
Right. Oh, I'm glad I could shed some light on what's
Yeah,
going on in your house.
A riveting conversation.
It is. It is. Let's hear about some show feedback then.
All right.
Wait, I want to tell you about something cool I did.
Oh, what did you do?
What did you do that was cool?
It wasn't that cool. It was moderately cool. I went to RPM Racing, RPM Racing in Farmingdale, and I drove the fast electric go-karts.
Oh.
Those go very fast.
Children do that.
No, but they have, for the adults, they go really they go fast. It's all computerized because it's electrical, electric and networked. They're all networked. So the guy's got a handheld and he can control all the fucking carts from the computer, all the speeds. He can just all that shit. Anyway, they go very fast and there's no power steering at all. So like if you've been playing video games for 40 years, it's not a great feeling on your wrist. And also if you're 6'4", you don't really fit in the go-kart. But other than that, it was pretty cool because they are fast. My friend and neighbor had a really good time and got one of the top scores. Like got like a really good time. But I was like, ow, I don't think I can do this anymore. That's some old man shit right there. Like you can't do the go-karts anymore because it hurts. It's not right. I didn't sign up for that. But it's fun. I recommend it. And it's all like, they give you your lap time. It's all automated. Like it's like Gran Turismo. No bumping though, unlike Gran Turismo. No bumping.
No bumping.
Yeah. You could really hurt. My point is you could really hurt yourself on those. They're serious. Like you got to wear a helmet. When
we went to Woodlock, this was 5 years ago.
Yes.
And they have go-karts there and they don't go very fast.
Right.
And at the end, when you were about to hit the finish line, my daughter was slowing down and she may have been going like less than half a mile per hour.
Yeah.
And she lightly tapped the go-kart of the woman in front of her.
Yeah, she freaked out.
The woman got out of her go-kart and was like, "How dare you?" And then she started yelling at the person working there, "Are you going to kick her out or what?" She was like 10.
And the race was over.
And the race was over. She might have maybe the borderline 9 and 10. This grown woman screaming. It was embarrassing for that woman because even the person who looked there was like, "What is wrong?"
Cringe.
With you? Yeah.
You're lucky. She's lucky she didn't get Karen'd. That was maybe before the age of all Karens getting documented.
Yeah, I should have whipped out my phone and been like, "Bloop video."
Right. There's 8 billion people watching you be an asshole.
Yep, pretty much.
Anyway, check out these electric go-karts if you can. They're pretty fun. If you're a normal sized person and if your hands work.
I'm not, but
you would fit fine.
But I would fit fine. So
I didn't like. They have the gas and the brake on different sides. Like you have to use your right foot for the gas and left foot for the brake. And if you use them both at the same time, it shuts the engine off, which is detrimental to racing, I find. And I didn't really fit in it. So like I'm constantly touching the brake by accident, even just like a little bit. Cause like where else is my fucking size 13 foot going to go? And so I'm just constantly stalling. But why can't they just why can't they both work at the same time? It's cause like they don't want you like power sliding.
I don't know.
I'm asking the Shipwreck, the engineer.
I'm not an electric go-kart engineer.
It's all the same shit, right? It's all ball bearings these days.
Right.
Plastics.
Anyway, I feel like it must be a safety thing. Maybe if you do both at the same time, you could actually flip them or something. I don't know, but it really fucked me up. And my friend like killed me by like 3 seconds on a 30-second lap time. Anyway, how about some show feedback? I want to hear from Captain Meatstick really badly.
Well, it's a two-part. It's
good.
It's one thing. So it's Captain Meatstick, and then it goes into Joe 19912.
Oh, I love
Captain Meatstick has to say, "I've been listening to the podcast lately. First time tuning in with video. Wow, Wombat, you look great." And Joe 11912 says, "Let's not get carried away."
Wait, he replied to Meatstick to let him know that he was getting carried away. That's not nice.
Yeah, that's I'm like, it's like, oh, thank you. Oh, back down to earth. I see.
See, that's why you can't read the comments, because if you're gonna believe the guy who says that you look great, then you gotta believe the guy who says you look like shit. And the reality is probably somewhere in the middle. So you might as well just ignore everybody and fuck them all.
Well, for the record, because today was milestone day, I did hit the 45-pound loss.
That's awesome.
Mark today. So 45 pounds since we were at RetroCon, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
From LA Retro?
Not
well, it's
even a year.
RetroCon.
Not even
LA
a year.
Retro, you mean?
Yeah, LA Retro, yeah. LA Retro. So because that was what, August?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's always August.
I may have lost like 5 pounds before then, but yeah, basically since then. Because I don't think I'd started Orange Theory at that point, right? Or I may have just started.
Interesting.
I think I went for the first time in the last week of August. So yeah, this would have been before that. So yeah, probably around since around then. Mm-hmm.
Everybody should just mail you $50 when you reach the 50-pound goal. That sounds really fair.
That works for me. I think everyone should mail me $50.
I mean, I can't think of anything better than, to celebrate a 50-pound milestone than $50. I mean, it's pretty
I know,
pretty
I
on
think
brand, and it's reasonable. Like, it's not like ridiculous.
No, yeah, you could just send it to my PayPal. It works.
It's good. All right, let's get this trending.
50-50.
Should we watch this, jerks?
Sure. Did you like what I called the movie on the outline?
Madam Y.
Yeah, because I watched Madam Web on Netflix.
I watched it first.
I know you did, and that's why I watched it second, because I'm like, oh,
FOMO, serious FOMO.
I have to watch this now. That is one weird ass movie.
It fulfills a contractual obligation.
It definitely did. I mean, I feel bad for Adam Scott because because he's better than that movie.
So you get to act in a movie. I'm sure he's fine with it.
I'm sure he's fine with it too.
Who is he in the movie?
He's Uncle Ben.
He's Uncle Ben. He's young Ben Parker.
That's amazing. I'm sure I could just watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, he's young Ben Parker.
Does he say anything about responsibility or power?
Yes. Yep. Maybe.
It's like, what's up with this guy? He can't shut the fuck up about power and responsibility. Like his whole life, he's just constantly thinking about power and responsibility. The Roman Empire, power, responsibility. Like, wow, it's all these. There's just constantly a swirling in his head. He's online getting coffee. It's like, wow.
It just like lightly taps you on the head with it. Like it's not like hitting you over the head real hard with the.
It's a lot of like, huh?
Yeah, it's like, did you get that? Did you get that reference? Right.
That might be 40% of the whole movie.
He looks directly into the camera.
There's a character going like, it's Mary Parker is pregnant. And it's like, I'm pregnant. Oh, this kid inside me. He sure does like to move around a lot. Huh?
I think I hear a camera going off in there.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't matter. It makes as much sense as the rest of this movie. Apparently, there were a lot of changes. Ship, did you notice the terrible ADR?
Maybe like I could see that there was stuff that was weird.
Yeah. So one of the big things in this movie is people talk, but the words that they're saying don't match the movement that they're.
Yeah, it kind of looks like, I don't know, like there's some like scenes that like almost look rotoscoped type of thing. Like there's weird like background stuff going on, and
there were some reusing of backgrounds from other films in this movie.
Okay,
that did happen.
There's a lot of stuff like, why does this look so strange when I'm looking at it? And all we're doing is like we're like in a diner, or we're like in a office building. Like, it's not like these locations are like readily available everywhere. Like, I don't know what's going on.
It's a very weird movie where nothing happens.
Very little happens. Like, the problem is, one of the problems.
They're ready for 25 minutes on Madam Web, everybody. So hang in there.
I don't know. Like, the whole thing is like, there's these 3 girls that are going to be spider people down the road, right? And the bad guy is trying to kill them because he has a premonition that they're going to kill him in the future. That's like the whole premise.
He wants to kill them before they become
spider people.
Who's the bad guy?
Ezekiel Sims.
Yeah,
but he looks like Spider-Man in the trailer.
Yes, he
can do that stuff.
Yes, he has spider powers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, I like for that to pull off, you have to care who those 3 characters are going to become. And they never really, like, it's like they're spider women of some sort in the future, but you don't care who these spider
when there's too many characters, you can't learn, you can't feel anything for anything.
They don't have any of their powers.
They don't have their powers the whole movie. They don't. It's not like at the end of the movie they get their powers and defeat the bad guy. No,
that is not this movie.
You're telling me Madam Web doesn't read anybody's mind in this movie?
No, she does. She has her powers.
Okay, she has her powers.
Other Spider Girls never have their powers.
Who are the other Spider Girls for people like me who are not familiar with Spider Girls?
It's you got Julia Carpenter, Spider Woman number 2.
Yeah, it's Spider Woman number 2, 3 , and 4.
And I forget who the other 2 are off the top of my head.
Wait, Sydney Sweeney is going to be Spider Woman in a movie?
She's a Spider Woman. She was the one who was in West Coast Avengers.
This movie.
Just this movie, and that's it. There's no.
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
But it's strangely one might be Arachne, and I forget who the other one is.
Arachne. She's got a Sydney Sweeney has a nice Arachne.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh.
You wouldn't know in this movie because they constantly put her in giant baggy shirts.
You wouldn't know that she was like a star or anything.
Well, she wasn't when this movie was made.
Sure, but it's just like
for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like you wouldn't like know that she was anybody that you had seen in anything else.
Yeah.
Weird.
But strangely enough, this is like solid C tier for Spider-Man adjacent universe.
I will say it might.
Is that a compliment? I don't
know.
Like one.
Is it? It's not nearly as good as Venom.
No, but it's.
Is it better than Morbius? That's like
yes, it is better than Morbius, and I mean, would
Morbius
say it's
pretty terrible.
It's
Morbius
probably depending on your mood, it's probably on the same tier as Venom 2.
Venom 2, I think, might get the edge only because it has Venom in it. That's literally the only thing.
Correct.
Is that the one with Woody Harrelson?
Yes, because Venom and Carnage don't need Spider-Man to be entertaining. Like, you can put them in a movie and be like, oh, it doesn't need Spider-Man. Madam Web is just a constant reminder that Spider-Man's not in it. Like, that's what this movie is. This movie is, again, just a reminder of a movie that, and there's another one coming out this year. We got Kraven the Hunter coming out this Christmas. That was pushed. It was supposed to come out this summer. And they're like, no, now Christmas.
They have to do a lot of ADR probably.
Does that, have they structured the contract so that like prolongs the contract if they push that to December?
I have no idea. Maybe. I mean, maybe because Madam Web was pushed, they have more room to.
They're extending the shelf life on this on this obligation that they have to fulfill. So Madam Web, it's watchable.
It's on Netflix.
You can watch it.
I don't think
watch
I can.
Watch it on Netflix. You can.
The weird thing is, like, it's not. It just plays it straight the whole time too. Like, there's nothing like objectively terrible about the movie. Really, like all of the
there's a lot
stuff.
It's
not as bad like the pre-press stuff was though.
Every time Ezekiel Sims talks, it's a different voice coming out of
yeah, and he's possessed by something. I don't know.
And it's distracting and it's terrible. I think apparently from what I read, the original plot line was that it wasn't Madam Web saving the 3 girls. It was Madam Web. It was, it's not a spoiler. It's a movie that wasn't made. it was supposed to be Madam Web protecting Mary Parker to make sure that her baby is born, because Ezekiel Sims' vision isn't that the 3 girls kill him, but that the baby of Mary Parker kills him.
Right.
So it's a different movie where you have Madam Web and probably more Ben Parker keeping this pregnant woman safe from Ezekiel Sims, which might be a better movie. It might not be a better movie. I don't know.
Equally, yeah.
But it seems like they may have filmed part of that movie and then changed it at some point.
That makes sense.
My favorite part of the movie is Ben Parker. He's an EMT. He works very hard. He's saving lives for the majority of this movie. He sees a lot of shit go down.
That's a great responsibility to be an EMT.
He has Mary Parker, his pregnant sister-in-law, in his apartment. Her water breaks, and he goes, "Ew, gross! What do I do now?"
It doesn't make any sense.
The man is an EMT. He's a trained professional. He sees a relative's water break.
Details.
You watched this alone, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I watched this alone too.
You have to. Yeah. Who's going to watch it with you?
No one. No. I asked my wife if she wanted to watch it with me, and she was like, "Hell no. I'm going to watch a Hallmark movie in the other room.
I'm going to go stare at this wall. Let me know when it's over."
Ooh, that paint looks wet. I'm going to wait.
Yeah, I'm going to skip that.
Yeah.
What else are we watching?
You should check it out.
No. You told me Sydney Sweeney's wearing baggy clothes throughout the whole movie. It's like maybe the only reason. She wears
glasses too, so you might not notice that
that's her.
She's attractive looking. I watched Wish. The whole family watched Wish, the Disney movie.
I don't know that one.
That it's weird because it's like, was their major release for last year, like around Christmas time?
It's a sad one, right? Maybe.
No.
Oh no, so that's not why.
It's a like a fairy tale type of movie where
was it like derivative? Wasn't that sort of the word I heard?
Yeah, a little bit, and it's weird. So it was like Disney 100 was last year, right? Like, so they had all of the celebration of 100 years of Disney, and so this movie, it has a lot of, like, a lot of Disney movies have Easter eggs, but this has a lot of them, and it, like, some of them are just like very much just like, hey, we're doing we're paying homage to all these Disney things during this movie, but it doesn't go all in on that. So you get this weird, like, it's trying to tell its own story, but there's not enough real story there. And then, like, every few scenes, it's like, oh, there's the apple from, like, Snow White, or like
it's like every piece of entertainment now, right? Like, they gotta try to pull out some shit from the past. Like, they don't feel like they have enough. New stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like if they'd have gone all in for that and it really, like, made it like, yeah, this is the Disney 100 celebration movie. It's going to have a whole bunch of this. Or if they'd have just, like, avoided that stuff altogether and made, like, this movie be better than what it is. It's really weird because it's got, like, the art style kind of, like, changes throughout too. Like, and I couldn't really figure out why. Like, some things would look like more hand drawn, some would look CG, and then, like, sometimes the backgrounds would look really good, and then sometimes they would be, like, just, like, kind of like flat, all one color. Like, it's just like, oh well, we didn't have time to fully animate this scene or something. And the songs are a real, like, mixture of, like, this is just, like, a bad song, and other ones are like, oh, okay, this is, like, more their A game. Like, this is the memorable villain, like, singing his song.
Well, you know the controversy, right?
What's the controversy on this?
The controversy is that a lot of people think the movie used AI.
Well, the movie didn't use it. What do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean? Go on. Be more specific.
To make well, as Chip was saying,
animation.
To make the animation, that AI was incorporated, and that explains why sometimes it looks better than other times. Now, Disney denies this, and the animators who work on the movie say, no, that's not what happened. We animated this whole movie. That's just how the movie, we made the movie.
That's how they intended it to make it, is what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Saying, no, we intended it to look like this. And people are saying it looks a lot like AI made this movie. Are you sure? So, I mean, you believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, you could. The odd thing too is, like, it has a lot of scenes that are reminiscent of Rapunzel. like just in kind of like the poses like she's taking and kind of like the shots of like medieval castles and the way that she moves and everything. But like her hair, and this is, I get it. She needs braids because I don't even know what race she's supposed to be, but she's non-white, so she's had braids in her hair, right? But we all know that like we're used to video games where that was been like a cop out forever of like, oh, now I only have like 8 strands of hair to animate, rather than in Tangled where Rapunzel has like a million pieces of hair that are going everywhere. And it's just like I can't help like looking at that going like, okay, they took a shortcut here with the animation of this character.
Right.
And I don't think it was just because of her ethnicity or whatever. I mean, It's kind of like it
was convenient.
I don't know.
To save money.
It's kind of like a Spanish. I don't. The kingdom's called Rosa, so I'm not sure where it's supposed to like take place fantasy wise.
Discountville, I think.
Yeah. It's just like it's so weird because like why do they need to do that? Like they're like just make a good Disney movie.
So you would say that as Disney animated films goes, this would be a mid journey.
All right.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yeah. I don't know. Wish.
Wow. Everyone just left the chat.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about something good that's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
All right. Chiefy and I both finished X-Men 97.
Yes.
Did you finish it yet?
I have not yet.
What are you up to?
I watch it with my kids, so.
No, he means what episode are you up to? Not what are you up to in your life?
Wait, I don't care about your life.
We have like
who's died in the one that you see?
The final 3 episodes.
Okay.
It's a good finale. It's got some heartfelt moments.
So I have questions, but there won't be any spoilers. The stuff in this series has happened before in comics, previous comics.
Yes,
for the most part.
No. It's like a retelling of things that have happened, but they change things.
Okay, because I feel some of it looks or sounds familiar from stuff from the 80s, maybe.
Yeah, there's some early 90s, a lot of early 90s stuff in there too. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Ty and I watched it together. We really liked it.
It's very good. I keep trying to get my kids to watch it, and they're like, you like it, so no. I'm like, wow, thanks.
Don't worry, there's plenty of violence, but also some nice moments.
There's some nice moments, There's scenes in a diner where people sit at a table and talk to each other, nice things like that.
Yeah. And the action's really good. And
yes, it's very well animated.
You'll be like, holy shit, they did that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm watching this happen right now on Disney, and it's a little scary.
It's the best Marvel thing that they've done in a very long time. I know it's. Is it technically MCU? Probably not. I don't know. I don't care. It's just very good. The thing is, it doesn't bog itself down with having to worry about what it's connected to or not connected to. It's just its own thing. So that makes it a good thing. It's the same thing with Werewolf by Night, which I know I talk about too much, but that's also a 45-minute thing that's not connected to anything else. I think it's great. So
I think did this do well? Did people watch this?
Yes, it did very well. The second season, I think, is almost done, and they are going to do a third.
I feel like you'd probably see more franchises in cartoon form, maybe like this.
Yeah, they're talking about Spider-Man. Yeah,
Spider-Man. Yeah, there's a good chance that may happen. I wouldn't be surprised, and it should, because
it's cool.
Yeah, a more adult version of Spider-Man. Throw in some Madam Web.
Are they making a Secret Wars live action movie?
They are making maybe. Because
that would be a good cartoon movie.
Yeah.
If they don't want to spend the money on the live action one. I feel like a lot of
well, the Secret Wars movie that they would make would be more of the Doctor Doom Secret War. I guess technically for you would be Secret Wars 3.
I don't know.
I know you don't. That's why I'm saying it. Not the Secret War from the 80s where the Beyonder takes them to a planet and makes them fight each other.
That's good.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like that? I mean, that's very basic and simple for anyone to understand.
Yep. Lots of Titania. I know you're a big Titania fan from Secret Wars.
Is that a person?
Yeah, she's a bad guy.
Oh, isn't she in Deadpool, the movie?
No, she's not in Deadpool.
Oh,
Domino's in Deadpool.
There's some big lady who fights. Bad lady. It's not Titania.
That's not Titania, but there is. Yes. I forget her name though. Me too.
We finished the Jinx season 2. Did you start watching that? I thought you watched season 1. No? Oh, you didn't watch season 1. Very good. I mean, it's a lot of holy shit moments in there. It's always interesting to watch like a fucked up person reveal themselves to be fucked up on camera. It's always entertaining. And we also finished Physical 100 season 2, which was very good. The problem with that show, there's only one problem with Physical 100. And this is going to sound sexist maybe, but it's not. They put the men and the women together in these physical competitions. It's like when Shipwreck was talking about basketball. I can see like some people might find it, if they don't know about basketball, they may find it hard to believe that men and women can't really compete in basketball. Some people might not believe that. But I think everybody could believe that like carrying, like pulling a 175 pound like weight across a floor, like a big man is going to have a big advantage over a big woman, because like the big man is going to be like 250 pounds and the big woman is going to be like 150 pounds. So what happens in this show is that the women, by the end of the show, they all get wiped out. They have no chance in competing in any of the events because they're all basically like, you have to move a lot of weight, a distance. And it's dumb. So for season 3, they need to separate the men and the women, and it's going to make it a much better show because it's very dumb the way they do it now. I mean, I like watching the women, the strong women do their thing. Like, who doesn't? But it doesn't make a lot of sense to have like strength competitions, men versus women, you know, when they're all super fucking strong people. You know what I mean? It's one thing if like you have like a strong women going against like one of us, you know, but when they're going against like other professional men bodybuilders or whatever, it's kind of dumb. Like they don't compete like that in sports. Like why would they do it in this show? Otherwise, great show. Spent a fortune on it. It's fun to watch these people do these crazy competitions. That's on Netflix too. All right, let's do some new releases. There was one sort of like semi-big new release this week.
Okay.
Which is the Ubisoft new free-to-play game called X-Defiant. Do you remember that, Chip?
That's what they named it?
It's just, you know what? I find that just the X is enough to Google your way to figure out what it is. When you forget the name, you're like, maybe I'll check out that game that just came out. Like, I know it starts with an X, so it's enough to get you there.
It's not Cross-Defiant or any, it's pronounced X-Defiant?
I think. I've never heard anybody say it out loud before.
I mean, neither. I would assume it's X-Defiant.
Right.
Or maybe it's Z-Defiant.
X-Defiant. Could be.
Ooh. X-Defiant.
Anyway.
That's a good one.
Anyway.
So what is this? What game is this? I vaguely remember it.
This is a free-to-play first-person shooter where you're on a team of like 6 against another team of like 6. And you have to like get the
but what's
points.
The hook? You're not telling them the big hook.
I didn't get to that yet. I was saving that for last. The hook is that the character you play as is reminiscent of famous Ubisoft characters of video games past, such as like a Sam Fisher kind of character or a
Far Cry character.
Far Cry character, or that game that took place in New York after some sort of virus breakout. Thank you. The Division character.
Or there's another one.
I know there is, but I don't know what.
Watch Dogs.
The Watch Dogs character.
There might be one more.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at it. There is one more, but I can't even tell you what game it is.
I want to say maybe a Rainbow Six. We'll say Rainbow Six.
What is it, Chip? What's it called?
The names of the factions.
Yeah, the faction.
Libertad, which is Far Cry.
Right.
Echelon, which is Splinter Cell.
Right.
Fleeners, which is I already forgot the name of that game.
The Division.
The Division.
That's the one I mentioned 5 seconds ago.
That's how memorable the name is for that game.
Okay.
The other two are DeadSec, which is purple, and
That's
Phantoms.
the Watch Dogs, I think.
Okay, Phantoms looks like it. I'm gonna say it could be Rainbow Six.
Gotta be.
Yeah,
Or Tom?
yeah.
Is there another Tom Clancy thing?
I don't think so.
Those are the 5 you get. Those are the 5 in the Ubisoft.
Well, one of them is
universe.
locked. One of the factions.
That's got to be Beyond Good and Evil.
No, I mean one of the ones that you mentioned. You see it on the screen.
Assassin's Creed.
The Division one, I believe, is locked.
Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're playing this game, and you're like, oh man, I got to get. And I looked and like how much you have to get 800,000 XP to unlock the 5th character.
Okay.
Rotation, and I played one round and I got like 4,000 XP, and I'm like, well, I am never going to see what those characters are like.
You're almost there. So what's the game like? What
the first person shooter? You get, each faction has their own abilities. So like the Splinter Cell faction, you can either choose to turn invisible for a few seconds, or you can send all the enemies' locations to your team, and you can see them too. You can see the people through the walls, basically. See, and all the other factions have something like that. One of them can put up a barricade. One of them, you've seen this stuff before.
And you stand at
no Ghost Recon?
No, I guess not.
Maybe coming soon.
Who knows?
If the game lasts that long.
The game is a big hit because, it seems like it's very well balanced. And by that, I mean, you start the game and they go, hey, go to Ubisoft Connect and get your free skin. I'm like, cool, I'll go to Ubisoft Connect and get my free skin. Why not? I did because, I'm like, why not? So I get the skin. I go back to my game. It's a skin for a character that's not unlocked immediately. You have to. And I looked at it, I'm like, well, what do I need to do to get the variant skin for this character that I haven't unlocked? How do I even get this character unlocked? And it was like the challenge to do it is like, oh, this would only take me like 3 months to do. So I'm like, what was the point of
to waste your time and get you to sign up?
It's not even, well, I don't have to sign up. I already have Ubisoft Connect.
Log in, link your shit.
I just have to hit one button. It wasn't like hard.
I can't get on them that much about this because all their games look the same anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look good. Like I didn't find it looking particularly.
But all of their games have not all of them, but the majority of the Ubisoft games all have the realistic looking people, right? Like, so it's not that hard to just like throw them all into one game, and guess what? They're all in the same
I just think the game needs a better hook to get people continuously invested, to say this is why this is different. If it you need to be after every round. There's got to be so much shit to unlock in this game that after each round you're like, hey, congratulations, you went up a level. Here's a doodad for your doodad.
Here's Sam Fisher's jockstrap.
Yeah, something. Just keep me going. Keep me invested. Maybe it slows down as the game goes on, but in the early days of this game, you got to keep people hooked and you got to keep them invested, and they are not doing that. Again, the one free unlockable you can't even use when you unlock it is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen a major game studio do in a long time.
It's a fast game though. Like it's not like Rainbow Six. You're running fast and you're dying and you're respawning like in a second. You respawn like it's like I don't even know why.
It's the opposite of Rainbow Six, which I guess is why they made it. I don't know, because they have Rainbow Six, which I think is doing very well.
They also have Ghost Recon.
They also have Rainbow Six, which is doing quite well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of Ubisoft games are very similar. They just play at different speeds.
I will make a prediction that this game will not go far.
It may.
I do not think. I don't think that this is going to the cat. I mean, look, I played 20 minutes, but for what I played, I don't think it does anything new. I don't think it does anything particularly well, other than here are some characters that you remember from some other games that you might have some sort of connection to.
Not the characters, though.
No.
Randos dressed up as those characters.
Here's some cosplay for you.
Yeah. Right. So I don't think any of those things are enough to sustain a free-to-play game like this, which actually is not easy to do and costs a lot of money.
They might figure it out.
They might
something
look.
there.
Hey, look, they might. I don't know, but it doesn't. It reminds me of that other one that didn't go very far that they made.
That one?
Yeah, remember that one that we can't name?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was called. I'm gonna get it before you.
I don't remember what it was called, but I know what you're talking about.
Hyperspace?
No, maybe.
Maybe it's not hyper. Hypercolor? No. What? This doesn't make any sense. Well, now I'll look it up.
It does. They were great shirts.
Ubisoft.
You blew on the sleeves.
Hyperscape. See? Yeah.
This is totally different. This is X-Defiant.
They just keep trying. They're like, what has good SEO that we can use?
Right.
That nobody can remember.
Dashville and I have been playing another like free-to-play shooter that came out a few months ago, I guess, or earlier.
Which one?
Late last year. Hawked.
Oh.
Do you know that one?
Say it again.
Hawked.
Hawked, like Hocked?
I think like
Hawked.
Hawk, like a bird.
Like a bird.
Hawked.
Right.
Hawked.
Yeah,
it's
you
really
say it
easy to say. Really easy.
Well, if you're from New York, it's easy. We know how to say it.
Do you?
This looks like Fortnite.
It looks like Fortnite. Like the characters represent, like visually look like Fortnite characters, but it's a PvP versus E, I guess. PvP, however you say that.
Yeah. Like the Division.
I guess. So you go in and you've got like a squad of 3 people. And the whole thing is you get dropped on an island. And there's lizard people on the island that you're fighting against, which are the computer characters. But you're also solving like minimal puzzles to get artifacts. And you try to get all 5 artifacts before you extract. And there's, I think, only one other team, maybe 2 other teams that are also trying to do the same thing. But there's multiple artifacts around. Like you just have to collect 5 of them.
Okay.
To get out and extract. And I don't know, it's somewhat entertaining. I don't know that there's enough hook there. And then you get bumped out and you're like, oh, it wants me to buy the battle pass or whatever it calls it. And
is this for kids mostly or not so much?
It's like it looks a lot like Fortnite.
Okay. No more or less than Fortnite.
Yeah, no more, no less than Fortnite. It's free. It's not terrible. Like I could see it like if Fortnite put that mode in Fortnite, it'd probably do pretty well.
I mean, and it's there's been talk of there being something similar to that for a while. But again, I think also Helldivers, I wouldn't be surprised if they ripped that off too. So
that concept's been, they haven't, Helldivers didn't create that. Remember that game that with the big spiders?
Mm-hmm.
What was that called? Still around, I think. I forgot what that's called.
Yeah, big spider game. But this one has like kind of like an Indiana Jones, like jungle-y feel to it. So you're like, I don't know. It's okay. Like I don't know how long it will exist. I don't know how these things function.
Why they call it Hawked? That's a bad name. Bad name.
I have no idea why it's called Hawk. I have not seen any hawks.
Right.
Yeah.
I have been playing more Helldivers too.
Okay.
I played because there's there's like very easy, then there's easy, then there's normal.
Yes, the different difficulties.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And then after that, I think is moderate. I think is the one that's after that.
Okay, you're playing very low down, but you go.
Okay, so I played moderate and I made it through there and I unlocked hard.
Yeah.
And then I played a round of hard.
Yeah.
And that's where I got my ass handed to me for the first time.
I usually play on the one after that. But even that is considered like, no, it's considered like lame.
Is that considered lame?
My friend plays on something that's like
you get a lot of tchotchkes
or something.
You get a lot of tchotchkes for playing on hard.
Yeah.
You get like 8 doodads to unlock, things.
Sure.
That's a game that does it right though, because if you finish the free pass and unlock everything, you'll have enough Hellbucks to buy the next pass.
Hellbucks, yeah.
They give you the Hellbucks to buy the one of the premium passes.
Yeah.
And if you finish one of those, you'll get enough Hellbucks to buy the next.
And then your mortgage is paid off.
Pretty much. But it's interesting that they give that game the ability to continuously play. Well, I mean, you have to buy it. It is a $40 game, but it's a $40 game where all the passes essentially can be free if you play the game.
Right.
And I find that to be sort of interesting compared to a game that's,
no, people like
the
monetization of that game. No one's complained about that. They think it's fair.
I know, but I think there are games that could
learn something.
That could learn from that model.
The other big release this week was what was that called?
Hellblade.
Hellblade.
The opposite of Heavenly Sword. How can you forget this?
Not quite the opposite. That would be like Hell Bow or Hell
True.
Shield. Hell Shield?
True.
Hell Shield.
That'll be the next title from Ninja Theory.
Hell Peace Stick, perhaps. I haven't played this game because I remember the first one was scary and disturbing.
The first one put me to sleep.
And that's right. Well, maybe
the first one put me to sleep, and I heard the second one will still put me to sleep.
You did hear that?
Yeah, which is fine. That's what this game is. That's what this game is.
It's a sleep element. It's sleep inducer.
It's a slow-paced
Hellblade 2 Metacritic.
It's got very good reviews because it's good at what it does, being a slow-paced walkie-talkie game.
81.
You walk from place to place. You talk to people. You walk to the next place. You talk.
Do you see something scary ever?
Probably, but I don't know. I don't care.
Because you're skipping
There's
it.
like psychological in the first game, though,
and
right?
dialogue. He doesn't like dialogue.
There's a lot of dialogue. At least I haven't played this one yet, but I did play the first one.
A lot of talking.
Well, I mean, you can play this one too. I heard it's only like 5 to 6 hours long.
I could play
Pass.
this one. I may play this one. I don't know. Like I sent you earlier, I was just like, I looked up the Ninja Theory, who's the developer of this, the Wikipedia page. And let me pull it up again. That way I have it in front of me.
Read your notes.
Yeah. Like I can appreciate what they do. Like they have a niche there of like very like pretty like good facial like animation type of thing, and they've been doing it for a while, but like they haven't had good like commercial success. Like I just don't understand the like viability of
a game like this.
The game, yeah.
Like this specifically, even like who's looking for these dark types?
Yeah, this was the paragraph. I guess it was the second paragraph on their Wikipedia page, and I'm gonna butcher these people's names, but it was founded by Tamim Antoniades, Nina Christensen, and Mike Ball in March 2000. The company operated under the name Just Add Monsters. It was acquired by Argonaut Games soon after its founding and released Kung Fu Chaos for the original Xbox console, which was a fun like party type of game, right?
I don't even remember that.
It was like a little cartoon type characters, and it was like a Mario Party type of thing where you were ninjas. So after that, the company was purchased itself from the administrators after Argonaut Games was liquidated. But then they suffered financial troubles, and Sony came in and they saved the team from bankruptcy by funding the development of Heavenly Sword, which was an expensive project, and the game's poor sales resulted in Ninja Theory losing all their in-house technologies because of contractual agreements with Sony. Oh my
God.
So then they moved on to develop in Heavenly Sword again.
The game sold so poorly that they owed Sony money, and they didn't have money, so they had to give up their technology that they created.
Correct. And I wouldn't like, I don't know this for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if that is kind of eventually found its way into other Sony games. Like, what's the girl that fights the robot dinosaurs?
Right. Forbidden, whatever. I don't know what it's called.
It's the Horizon. It's the Forza game.
Right.
Yeah. So, but after that, so Heavenly Sword, again, it was a decent game, but it was short and it felt kind of like a tech demo type of thing. So after that, they moved on and they developed Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. I liked that game. It was long. It underperformed.
Well, again, like slavery, not like a thing you want to put in the title of a game if you're looking to sell units. Like
right, but that was a fully fledged game.
Yeah, sure.
But it underperformed, right? Like you can't sell that game.
Right.
It's going to be a critically acclaimed game. It's going to have it'll do well with like a certain group of gamers, myself included. And then they went on to do DMC, Devil May Cry. And according to Wikipedia, design was highly controversial, resulting in the team receiving death threats.
So it's going well over there.
So this is like the history of Ninja Theory. It's no fault of their own necessarily. They're clearly they're very talented game makers, but like they just
the wrong projects. Maybe
they need the right projects, and it gets back to like what Microsoft like really needs as a whole is just like someone with a voice and a direction of like, this is the project that we're working on, and not only is it going to be like something like artistically that looks great and everything, but it has to be something that we can sell to people, because that's like, this is a product we're making. So yeah, and then Microsoft, after Hellblade 1 did well, they self-published that and again, but it feels like more of like a short indie like tech demo type of game. And Microsoft then decided they were going to buy Ninja Theory, and now that was in 2018, right?
Yep.
And now it's 6 years later, and we get like another short version of the thing that they already made, rather than Microsoft coming in and saying like some kind of like, no, guys, like
make an arcade hockey game with swords or something.
Right? Nobody's saying no at Microsoft. Right. It's part of the problem here. Like,
now they're not saying no. They're saying, oh, here's a box for all your things.
Well, but that's where this type of thing leads. So, like, you look at their history.
That is where this will probably lead to. Yes,
that's how you get into these situations, because people aren't steering correctly for what are financially viable games to make. Like, you have to look at these games and go, like, are we gonna make money on this? Like,
read the room.
Maybe this game was cheaper to make than we think. We don't.
Probably not. It took forever, right?
It's 6 years.
Right.
I was trying to be nice.
Well, it's not a question of being nice. It
is not me. Like, obviously these are very talented people, and I mean, maybe
they were working on other things for other Microsoft projects while working on this, and that's why it took 6 years.
Yeah, just say they've been working on virtual reality games as well.
So maybe they were working on like
these guys maybe not interested in money. They just want to. Maybe they want to work and just be giving up like the stuff that they create because they owe money by the end of the project. Sounds like that's the path they're taking, unfortunately. But maybe they don't care. They want to make what they want to make, and
I can appreciate that too. Yeah. But like it's at some point, like, it's like,
gotta eat.
All right, Microsoft, you bought all these studios. You have to like tell them like they're doing these type of games. Like, this is like, you have to get behind it, like, and either make Hellblade like a thing, or you're just kind of like putting it out there in the world, like, as like, oh, well, the last one was critically acclaimed. Here's another critically acclaimed thing that we can't really monetize.
They should be making a Ninja Battle Royale game. No, just kidding. But it's probably better than Hellblade if you want to make money.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I don't think we need any more Battle Royale games.
No, I'm just joking. Is that it for new releases? Ghost of Tsushima came out on PC, by the way.
That's great.
It looks fucking crazy. I saw like it has full widescreen support. I don't have that, but I've seen pictures of it, and it looks like a movie. Better than a movie. All right.
Excellent.
Wombat's Fortnightly news. The Fortnite Fallout is out yet or not?
No, it's Friday. So the new season starts on Friday. They started teasing it last week.
Can't wait for the weekend.
I know, a 3-day weekend, and a new Fortnite season starts, and maybe leaving early on Friday because it's the day before a 3-day weekend. And yeah, we can rock and roll with all the power armor. It's going to be the power armor from Fallout. It's going to be a skin in the game. They already teased, the basic kind of gray metal look. And also there's going to be a Fortnite themed repaint of the Black Knight, where it's going to be a black version of the power armor with red markings on the chest, and also what looks like the Nuka-Cola armor from Fallout. So that's pretty cool stuff. I'm excited.
All just included with the battle pass?
Oh, yeah, that'll probably all be in the battle pass.
Are we sure?
I can't guarantee it, but it looks like that's going to be battle pass. Yes. So
would you guarantee it?
Would I guarantee it? No, it is not my place to guarantee that, but that looks like it's going to be in the battle pass. There's going to be some Fallout weapons, and that's going to be some cool stuff. So yeah, it's going to be cool walking around in the power armor in whatever that season is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a big sandstorm desert. Monster trucks are coming apparently too. So
all right, I can get behind monster trucks.
Yeah, they did a whole thing. Monster Jam licensed.
Oh, they did? Really?
They did. You didn't see the event at Monster Jam over the weekend? Fortnite did an event at Monster Jam.
I like to come into this like just
it's a learning experience.
So they went to Monster Jam. They put a battle bus in the middle of the arena.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
They had a Fortnite, decorated monster truck come out. It drove in a circle. Then it jumped the battle bus. And then after it jumped the battle bus, it drove in another circle. And then it crushed the battle bus. And that was pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to look this up. Dashel will like that.
It's pretty cool. It's the monster truck crushes the battle bus, and then Fortnite retweeted out, goes, I guess we're gonna need a new battle bus. So they're teasing that we may see a different style of the battle bus next season as well. So all sorts of fun stuff coming.
It's gotta be better than this season.
Yeah, anything's got to be better than this season. This season was a big letdown all around for everybody. So we're gonna.
I'm at 97. I'm gonna get there.
You'll get there. They're doing the
Friday though.
XP.
I'm good.
No problem.
That's like 3 games.
Okay. Yeah, it is. You could go 3 levels in like 20 minutes right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like it gets towards the end of the season. I don't know if it's always like this. It's sometimes end of the season, and they're just throwing XP at you like every round.
Really?
I did something stupid and I was playing the other day, and I'm like, why did I just get 8,000 XP for that?
Right. It's like open up a box of fruit. I don't know. Here's like 1,000 XP. Yeah. Here you go.
So live it up. Yeah, exactly. So they kind of help you out there in the end.
Nice.
Yeah, you should be able to hit 100 minimum 100.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Get that Hades skin. It was a good battle pass this season. It just wasn't. They just really screwed up that map, and they really screwed up the weapon modding mechanic. And yeah, they made a lot of mistakes that I hope they learn from for next season. So because it can take a little while for them to learn from their mistakes. And that is everything Fortnite this week.
Is it?
I think.
I put some other stuff on it. You can choose any of these things you want. Go nuts. You can choose any or all or none of these news items. I'll tell you one that I thought was interesting was the Nintendo bought the studio that ported the Hogwarts game to Switch. I guess they got it from Embracer Group when they're trying to shed some weight.
Yeah, they did both of the Warner Brothers games. They did Mortal Kombat and Hogwarts, which were both not great ports, but also probably actually pretty good ports for what they were like trying to
what
get
they're
on
working with. What they're working with. I guess Nintendo must have thought they were pretty good because they
probably like, there's no way we thought that was running on this.
Right. We got to get these guys under the umbrella.
Mm-hmm. That studio was founded by the plastic surgeon from Batman 1989.
Wait, what? I don't get it.
Shipwreck got the joke.
Yeah.
Well, you got to explain the joke now.
No, the Joker.
I remember Batman 89. What do you think I am?
The plastic surgeon.
I remember him.
He hands in the mirror.
Yeah.
To understand, I did the best I could with
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I needed. I just needed a little push in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess Nintendo is just sort of signaling, get ready for more ports.
Well, and I mean, they've got new console stuff coming sometime. Like they're going to have a new console, so it makes sense to have a company that understands your tech that can port this stuff over.
Yep. But also that's like their MO now, is even like porting over their own stuff, like sort of taking their really old games and putting them in a new package.
Yeah, I'm sure they thought like, well, these guys really squeezed a lot into this, like just to make those games playable on the Switch is challenging at this point.
Yes. I thought this was also interesting. Microsoft came out with this new technology on their PCs. I think they just announced this today or recently. Basically, they're selling hardware that has AI capabilities in it. There's like extra hardware in there that can do certain AI things, and one of them relates to gaming. It's basically like some sort of like AI enabled up-resing of a game, basically. So instead of using the graphics card, it's using AI to figure out how we can double the resolution on this without hitting your graphics card. And it's only going to work with select games right now, but maybe that's something in the future that's going to work with everything. Who knows? And who knows if it's even good, but it sounded interesting.
Finally, cool. Totally accurate battle simulator can really be pushed to its limits.
Mm-hmm. is that on the list?
It's on the list.
Yeah. The list is not great right now, but
that game is fun.
No, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah,
it's just not one of the ones I expect to be like, oh, okay, yeah, visually, like I can understand how like
the reds are so reds.
The scope of it is what gets you like, just graphically, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Cool. I guess.
Just a reminder that Multiverses comes back next week. That Warner Brothers Smash Brothers game, it finally is coming back next week. And if you had played the game in the past, I believe, and you log in before, I think like June 11th or something, once the game relaunches, you get the first season pass for free. So I don't know if that's of interest to you.
So what exactly? I'm not familiar with these characters. Who are these? The ones that I just posted on the...
That looks like Adventure Time.
Those are from Adventure Time. Yeah, they're guards. Banana guards from Adventure Time are also going to be free characters, I believe, if you log in at the relaunch.
They look like they should be free because they look like I could draw them.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. At least it's something free you'll be able to use when you log into the game, and a free battle pass to get people interested in their game. So I'll give them the credit for now, and we'll see how it is when the game launches.
And I feel Jason Voorhees.
And Jason Voorhees is going to be in the game as well.
If I got to pick a horse, this game or X-Defiant, I'm putting my money in this game.
Yeah, I would too. I think that, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this has Batman in it. X-Defiant does not.
I would bet on Batman. 100%.
They're gonna have hopefully they really expanded the gameplay of this though from the beta, because my kids played this for a few days and they had seen enough.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't played it. I don't know anything about the game, but
it's Smash Brothers.
You ever play Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
It's that.
Well, people seem to like that.
Well, it's
like Batman.
It's a decent idea. I think they were also they didn't quite know how to monetize it, and that's sort of the big thing that they reworked. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Yeah, that's important.
It looks much more. It looks like they've made it Fortnite now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, Fortnite monetize as well. We've said that before.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ship, you're still playing Alan Wake 2?
I am. Yes, that is. I like Alan Wake 2.
Right. It's a pretty good looking game right there.
That is a good looking game. Sometimes I purposely die just to see
what happens.
Nice.
What happens?
Yeah. You die in gruesome ways.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I think that game's cool because Mrs. Shipwreck will be on the couch watching that one too, and she's like, has this always been this confusing and messed up? And I'm like, I try to explain her the plot of the first game, and she's like, nope, I don't know what's going on. Why are these people talking in these weird ways? I'm like, well, you see, English isn't his first language, and that's kind of what makes it interesting.
It's close enough though.
Well, I mean, he's a great writer, but there works. Is something
yes, I know exactly what you're saying, but don't you think it works because the main character is a writer?
Yes.
that you would think that, hey, maybe there's a bug flying here. Maybe a writer would actually, whose English is their first language, or American English, let's say.
Yeah.
Maybe he would actually talk like that and express himself in that way. Like that seems totally reasonable. Like to me, like I don't pick it.
No, I and it's world building, right? Like it's like, oh, I'm in this world. Like whatever about it, it feels like its own thing.
Right.
Like
yes.
So I saw also now they have a deal where if you buy it on the Epic store, you get the Alan Wake skin in Fortnite.
Great.
Yeah.
What a plus. Let's see. Oh, a quick PC World update. We got new RAM. After last week's CAGcast broadcasting problems, I decided I need more RAM. So I got 80 gigabytes now, and everything's working great. And it still has lights on it.
What is RAM?
Read-only memory. Random access memory. I don't know. Isn't it random access memory? What does RAM stand for? Is that what you're asking me?
Uh-huh. What does RAM
it's
stand
not
for?
Random access memory. Yeah.
All right, just checking.
Mm-hmm. Got lights in it, Wombat. That's all you need to know. Lights up.
It works.
And
it makes it's working.
And shit's not crashing. That's all you need to know.
Mainly the lights. Maybe the lights. Or the primary.
And when I put the new RAM in the PC, I cleaned out all the filters and stuff that I haven't cleaned out in a long time, all the dust filters. PC runs a lot quieter now, I noticed.
Nice.
Like, it's very quiet now. So, Ship, you may want to
I'll do that as well.
Yeah,
when I clean it out. So I bought the same.
Yeah.
We have the same computer. So anytime Cheapy upgrades, I'm just like, all right.
I let him know. I give him the link.
Yeah.
I give him the link, and he waits to see if it works.
Yep.
Yeah. So it works. Good job, everybody. All right, let's do the CAG bag. Go to bed. Commander Riker writes in from Threads. How about that social network?
Wow.
And that Star Trek commander. He wants to know if we're still going to be playing video games when we're 80.
If I'm alive.
I feel like they're going to be different, though. Not going to be like controllers anymore.
What season will Fortnite be on?
Exactly. Fortnite season, they're doing 30 on Friday. So, you do the math.
We're going to have implants by then, right? Like chips and brains.
I don't know.
I feel like that's...
Me, it's whatever. It's not even that far away. So I don't know about that.
30 years for me. I mean, that's a long time. You can develop
Is
a lot
that a long time?
Yeah. We could have flying cars by then.
Mm-hmm. We could have had flying cars by now. But you screwed it all up.
Elon said that the Tesla's gonna fly. I think he said in September. No,
by itself.
Yeah. No, they're not even gonna. Just a software update. He said.
Self-flying cars.
I say to answer the question, yes, but not with a controller like we have now. It's gonna be some different thing, and it's gonna be mostly fucking.
I think he's asking like personally, do you still want to be playing video games at 80?
They're going to be different. Yes, they would be very different.
That's not the question. The question isn't, are they going to be different? The question is, do you still want to play games when you're 80 years old?
Yes, but not, I don't want to play Apex Legends 20. I want to play.
Well, they've solved that because they don't put out sequels now. They just keep getting new seasons.
Right. Well, season
You'll still be playing
200.
the current Apex Legends.
Right.
No, I want to play some newfangled shit. Like, I gotta say, like
We're done with that. We are done with that.
I feel like the most modern and advanced thing that I played, it's gonna sound weird. It was that VR game where it's like I forgot the name of it, and they've actually fucking canceled the game. It was that free to play game where you're throwing the ball or like the frisbee through the goal. You remember, it was like a sport. It was like a 5-on-5 sport and zero gravity, and that shit felt like the future, even though it made me nauseous and sweaty. But that shit felt like.
But it wasn't practical.
Like that. It's canceled. Like the game's done. They didn't make money.
It wasn't practical because no one has the space to play a game like that in the way that you need space to play.
It wasn't even like a space thing because you could play it. No, because I would play it in my chair and you could spin around in like an office chair and you could do it, but it was like, it wasn't practical because it made you feel like you were going to vomit. And you were sweaty. It
was unwieldy.
And I kept punching things. I kept punching my desk and stuff. But that I feel felt like the future to me. So to answer this, that's what I think the future is gonna feel like, something like that. Even if it's not in that, like you're wearing a helmet, I think it'll go right into your brain, to some chips or something. I look forward to that future. Toxtra writes in, also on Threads, what would get you back into a Nintendo console?
I don't know.
The Switch 2 doesn't sound like it's going to be it. It sounds a lot like the Switch 1.
I know. I don't know. It's not that I have anything. I like Nintendo the Switch. I have nothing against it. It's funny because it's in my daughter's room and she sort of stole it from me. It's just not. I don't think about it because it's not around.
How about cup holders? Would that bring you back?
Yeah, exactly. Like I would very much like to play the more recent 2D Super Mario Brothers games. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's not that I don't like them or want to.
I just need that Switch 2. That's enough for me. Like,
what do you want from it?
I just wanted to have more power behind it. Right now, like it just feels really like slow and sluggish when I play something on it. Unless it's like the Nintendo design games, but even then it's like you can tell that they're taking shortcuts there to make the things run well on this hardware.
Right.
So it's just like every time I go and think like, oh, maybe I want to play Switch, there's like a hesitation of like, how is that going to run? Like, am I going to get annoyed? Like I tried playing Fortnite on the Switch. It's
unplayable.
Pretty much unplayable. Yeah. Like you're in the game. I'll give it that.
Like, they got you in.
They got you in. Like you're in there. You can't see crap and you're super slow, but you're in there. Right. You're in the thick of it. So I think that's enough for me. Like if they came out with something that was, it doesn't have to be like the thing is they could take a lot of shortcuts in a handheld, right? Like they can make it powerful at this point to where it's playing modern games. It's just, I don't know. When did the Switch come out? Has it been 10 years?
No. Has it?
When did the Switch come out? It feels like it has.
I don't think it's been 10 years, but I've been wrong before. Switch release
2017.
Okay. So it's getting there. It's
March 3rd, 2017.
It's 7 years old, and at the time already it was underpowered for where we were at.
It was already being dinged for being underpowered. Yep.
Yeah.
When it was released. Yep. That's a great point. Let's see here. Adam writes in, with rumors of another Game Pass price hike with a new tier of systems, what's the last straw that Xbox has to do before you cancel your Game Pass subscription?
I don't know.
No, we're not going to cancel our Game Pass subscription because you're always, the Activision stuff is coming.
If anything, I would say, if anything, I may let it lapse and sign up again. If the Call of Duty stuff doesn't come out or Activision stuff doesn't come out till September, my subscription ends in July, maybe I just
take a break
for a couple of months because, what am I keeping it for? So, but we'll see.
Right. I think, for sure, like people are questioning how, it went from the greatest deal in gaming to like, where are the games? Like we said last week. So
yeah, exactly.
People still hold on.
Hellblade is on there. Hellblade 2.
Yep. One last question from Hoity76. With studio closures, long and expensive game development, slowing of console growth, do you have worries about the health of the video game industry? It seems like we might be in a valley that we haven't been in for a long time.
I have that worry about every major business in the United States of America right now, as long as stock buybacks are legal and you can cancel projects and count them as tax write-offs. See, those are the problems. It's not the game industry. It's every industry. It's Red Lobster. It's Red
Lobster couldn't make it work.
It's Warner Brothers. It's literally happening in every single industry. These what are they called? The hedge funds. They're buying these companies. They liquidate what has value and then they scrap the rest for the tax write-offs, and then when the stock prices go up, they get their stock buybacks. It's just a cycle, and that's what it is. And it's not video games, it's everything. So
the games has that for sure, but I think games also has the game industry has additional problems, such as like we have like a few games that are dominating all the customers' time, and it's hard for other games to get footholds. And it's not like it's nobody's fault or anything. It's just like that's what people want to do. Like
I was gonna say, but that's not a valley. That's just the cycle of games. I don't think there are fewer people playing games. I don't think spending may be down.
It's just going to different places. So a lot of these studios that maybe could have sold X number of copies are selling half that or a quarter of that because people are just keep playing the same games over and over again, which is, it is what it is. Like you can't say.
I would say gamer behavior has changed, but I don't think video games are going anywhere.
I think gamer behavior has changed, and maybe it's not great for the state of the health of the industry. I don't know. It's great for like Epic.
Yes.
It's great for some companies.
But I am sure that part of the reason why there are so many studio closures with Microsoft, I'm sure the tax write-offs and the
maybe.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
Could be.
I'm sure it's very helpful.
That makes sense. Do we get a tax write-off if we go to bed now?
Yes.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's thank everybody. Ooh, a long show. Let's thank everybody for listening. And we'll see you soon.
Bread's done.